Now is the time to lay the boundary and guide wire on your lawn. The boundary wire defines the mowing area for the robotic lawnmower. The guide wire is important for showing the mower the way back to the charging station. The charging station sends a signal through the wires. The robotic lawnmower has a sensor that detects the signal as it approaches the wire. If it runs over the cable, it stops, turns, and continues to mow in a different random direction. If the mower needs to be charged, the guide wire sends a signal that shows the mower the way back to the charging station. Start laying the boundary wire and begin at the charging station. Do not connect it yet, but take an additional approximately 50 centimeters wire and secure it like this. As the robotic lawnmower always passes the wire a few centimeters before it turns, the wire must be laid at different distances from obstacles. Here the ruler comes in handy. It has 3 printed distances: 5, 20 and 30 centimeters. In front of hard walls, you should use 30 centimeters distance, otherwise the mower will collide with the wall at every turn. With flower beds, where there is no risk of collision, 20 centimeters distance is sufficient. If the distance is smaller, the mower may drive over the edge and get stuck. Near paved paths on level with the lawn, we recommend using 5 centimeters. The robotic lawnmower will use part of the path to turn, and no uncut grass will remain. On gravel paths like this, there is a risk that the mower will get stuck. Therefore, use the 20 centimeters distance. If you have hard surface paths like this, you can just let the mower pass over. Around ponds, you need to use 30 centimeters distance to ensure that the mower stays on the lawn. For greater security, there shall be a barrier with approximately 15 centimeters height. These are guide distances. To optimize mowing results, you can adjust the wire once you've learned how the robotic lawnmower works in your garden. Place the staples on level lawn areas at a distance of about 70 centimeters. This is only a guide distance and depends on various factors. Be sure to stretch out the wire smoothly. If an uneven lawn makes it hang in the air, you will need to use extra staples. Otherwise, there is a risk that the mower will cut the wire during mowing. Alternatively, you can also make a thin slit in the lawn with a spade, like this. Lay the wire approximately 5 to 10 centimeters into the ground. This is a good option if your lawn is very uneven, if you would like to aerate without problems, or you want a hidden wire from the start. But even if you lay the wire on the ground, it will be completely overgrown after a few months. If there are obstacles on your lawn that you do not want the mower to hit, you will need to create islands with the boundary wire. When you lay the wire to the obstacle, do not hammer the staple in immediately, as the wire will need to be laid in the same staple on the way back. As described before, lay the wire around the obstacle. The direction is important. Do not cross the wire. You should view this as an extension of your boundary wire. If you're coming from the left, start on the right side of the obstacle. If you do not do this, the mower will not recognize this as an island and cannot pass. It stops and you will receive an error message on the robotic lawnmower display. When you close the circle, place the wire in the same staples on the way back. Only when the wires lie close to each other is the signal cancelled. The robotic lawnmower does not register a signal and passes by. Some obstacles do not require this and are recognized by the mower. The main body of the mower is a collision sensor. When the robotic lawnmower drives to a tree and collides, it independently turns around and changes direction. It is, however, important that the tree does not have visible roots, as the mower will cut them or get stuck. Also be careful with woody shrubs, as the mower can get stuck in them. Again, it is good to create a sketch of your garden at the beginning, because the guide wire later needs to be connected with the boundary wire in a central place across the charging station. If you have pre-planned this spot, you can leave approximately 10 cm wire more at this location. When you return to the charging station, leave 50 cm of wire for the connection and cut the wire. Now it's time to lay the guide wire. This wire will help the mower find its way back to the charging station when the timer calls or when it needs recharging. Lay the guide wire beginning at the charging station and lead it to a central point on the opposite side. If you have a slope in front of the charging station, lay the guide wire diagonally so that the mower will have optimal traction. If you have a remote section in your garden, it's a good idea to connect the guide wire here to help the mower find its way back to the charging station. Start by threading the wire through the ground plate of the charging station. Leave 50 cm for the connection. Make sure the wire is straight 2 meters in front of the charging station. Use the staples and continue with the wire until you've reached the planned spot at the end of the lawn. If you plan for this spot when placing the boundary wire, you'll have now extra wire to connect the guide wire with the boundary wire. If not, you may need to extend the wire with another coupler. Cut the boundary wire and guide wire. Use this coupler. It has 3 holes, and thread all 3 wires to the bottom of the coupler. It doesn't matter in which hole you put the wires. Then squeeze the coupler with pliers. The plug is fitted with grease that makes it weatherproof. Use the staples to secure everything in the lawn. In this video, we've handled a few garden layouts. In the manual, you'll find more examples that might be helpful for your individual installation.